was reading this title at first and I was wondering what's so crazy about this. Maybe it's just me. It says, why this woman walked 9 hours straight in downtown Vancouver. Jenna Mazur did something most wouldn't in a normal day. She walked 43.3 kilometers of downtown Vancouver. I guess most would ask, why did you walk that much? And it says here she's originally from Okanagan and she had lived in the city for 3 years, but there were so many parts she had never seen. So she said to the newspaper, the idea came to me about 2 weeks before I attempted it. I live downtown and walk around often, but there were blocks I had never visited. I'm a dance artist, so I like challenging my physical and mental stamina. It says she had previously taken part in a group sound walk, but rarely solo and never longer than 2 hours. If you're unsure, a sound walk is a walk with a focus on listening to the environment. That's kind of interesting. I never heard of that before and I walk all the time. So because of this, she was saying how she saw so many new places, just the new buildings, businesses. It gives you kind of a different perspective. I guess it's like for me too, when I walk around, you get all these different sights, sounds, and visual references of what the place looks like now. Like who knows, it'll probably change eventually. And I guess in total, based on this app that she was using, it says she walked for 553 minutes and she walked for 43.3 kilometers and burned 1,707 calories. And she wrote here, today I attempted to walk every block in Vancouver's downtown core. And she says, unfortunately, after 9 hours, I quit when pain in my left hip and foot started making me limp. I walked familiar and foreign streets. But at the end of it all, it sounds like she says she wants to do it again because I guess it's a great experience for her. It says, I learned a lot about Vancouver, maybe more than I have in the 3 years I lived here. In the future, I hope to attempt this in different areas, but for now, I'm having a very long bath. That's kind of interesting just for perspective, because for a person like me, I walk all the time. Like when I see that, like the 40 kilometers, to me, it's not so much about, oh my god, it's so tiring. It's more about, it's probably gonna take a long time in your day. It makes me think too, because I know a lot of new people when they comment for the first time since I started using this app, you see the distance I walk, a lot of you are like, oh my god, I feel like so sore or tired just watching you walk all this time. But it makes me wonder, do you kind of get used to it too? Like from all these days that you see me walk, like, okay, 15 kilometers, whatever, like to you as the viewer, do you kind of have the same mentality of, okay, that's normal for now? Or do you still look at it as, oh my god, that's like so long? So I was actually trying to think, how much do I walk on a day on average according to these apps anyways, when they're not 100% correct. Even in this game, I have like a little tracking app. It says here, like again, it's not 100% accurate because it only works when the internet is on for this one. It says in total so far I walked 7,128 kilometers. And that's undercounted because again, you have to keep track of this thing with the internet, which I don't always have on. I agree though, you can actually learn a lot just by walking around, seeing the different sights and all that. I mean, almost every day I see something weird or odd because I captured on film. That's actually the only bad thing about doing the walk. I can't actually capture everything. That's the only bad thing about the day doing the walking. For example, like say the drones, I can't fly in certain areas. I'd love to get like an aerial view of all the places I go to usually. Kind of makes me think too, because with all the footage that I capture just by walking around, you can see the area gradually changing. I know for me, when I look at some of those old archive footage, like those black and white ones, and how Vancouver looked, like with all the people riding their horses and stuff, like what? It looks so different. Makes me wonder if people will say the same thing with all this footage and stuff that I have, like later on, like in the future. It'll be the same thing, like what? This is how it looked like back then? I know for me, walking that distance in that article, basically, it's not so much about being tired. I'm pretty sure I can do that without taking any rest break or anything like that. It's more about the time. Because even it says there it took her about like what, 9 hours or so? I mean, just not enough time in the day to actually do all the exploring and stuff. Kind of made me think too, does this article imply that people like me are crazy then? Or is it just that they don't do enough news reports or whatever on people that just do that normally? Because I would imagine in some other cultures and stuff, that's normal to walk that distance and all that too. Oh, it's so getting wet day. Actually makes me wonder how the thermal will look now when it's so cold compared to things like the heat and stuff. It'll be more apparent, I would think. think a lot of people would actually be surprised how much they actually walk in a day when you actually track it. Because I know some people would say they walk less than 500 steps or something like that a day. Just going to things like the mall or just going around the house getting up, I'm pretty sure you walk a lot more than you think. Maybe not in a rigorous way, for example, for exercising and stuff, but you do actually walk a lot. What the heck? This is messed up. The rainbow too. Oh man, can I actually fly it here somewhere to get that? I don't know if I can get to that area where it's actually not raining to get that shot. Ah, no luck it seems. It's still drizzling. Yeah, that's one of those things. You need the right tools and resources, right? I guess this is the archive for today. Alright, see you guys later.